They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Jones. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Throwing, Jones. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory?
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. So a big sack for a loss of 4. It brings up 4th and goal.
It's up how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Gano's kick is good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Well, that was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never give those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Evans in motion left. On 1st down, Brady. And this one is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away? But that would not being picked off.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. And this one caught by Cameron Braid. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Evans, the man in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Now Evans in motion left. Again, it's Brady. And Brake, the tight end's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing on first down is Brady. He'll get that out to the flat to White. Down inside the 10. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Rashad White, 27 yards. And the Buccaneers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now left side on the swing pass. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with the tackle. From the 38, Jones. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucs are going to have it here just past the 25. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Here's Brady. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes to play in the first half of an 8-3 game. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now Brady again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing now is Brady. Underneath, he's got Brate. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 20-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Touchdown! Tom Brady hooking up with Mike Evans there. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group, seeing the future.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City.